Now I'm nicely warmed up. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hollywoodbets and Brentford Football Club media launch. My name is Carol Shabalala, and man, oh man, am I so excited to be your host for this very big announcement. I'm joined by some very special guests right here in the Hollywoodbets studio, as it were, is none other than the brand and communications manager of South Africa's leading sports betting operator, and that is none other than Devon Heffer. Hi, Devon.
How's it, Carol? It's fantastic to have you here. What an exciting day.
It really is exciting. How are my moves?
Oh, no, proper. No, spot on.
Not bad at all, not bad. All right, we're going to talk about this big announcement. Very exciting news indeed. But I'd also like to welcome all the way from West London. He is dialing in. We've got the Chief Executive Officer of Brentford Football Club, and that is John Varney. Hi, John. So good to have you.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Really
It's a shame that we can't be with you, but we're doing it virtually.
Exactly. We can feel the spirit. We can feel the vibe, John. All right, Devon, I'm going to speak to you about what today is all about in this very big, exciting announcement. We've got so many members of the media, South African media that is joining us for this live launch, and of course, media from all across the globe. Why are we here? Why all the excitement?
Well, Carol, it's an extremely special day for us as Hollywoodbets. Today we are here to announce Hollywoodbets are the new principal partner and front of jersey sponsor for Brentford Football Club.
This is big news. Say it again.
The new front of jersey sponsor for Brentford Football Club. It's absolutely amazing.
It's a really significant move and a significant announcement, right? Not just for Hollywoodbets, but for South Africa as a whole.
Yeah, no, it's massive for us for South Africa, being the first ever South African sports betting company to be on the front of a jersey for a Premier League team. It's just something absolutely sensational, and it's something I'm just so proud of, not only for Hollywoodbets as a brand, but all our Hollywoodbets team members. The guys have put an incredible amount of work and effort into the brand, and years and years of hard work have finally paid off, and it's really special to be here today.
Oh man, definitely leading the way is Hollywoodbets. I'm super excited about this. But I mean, Devon, tell us how this relationship actually started.
Well, it's amazing. We go back to September 2020 last year, and it's funny how everything actually started on a LinkedIn discussion. It's amazing how, that's the way of the world these days. But we started talking to Brentford, and we had just kind of moved into the online space in Ireland and the UK, and we started talking, and it was amazing how all of a sudden we started to find our brands were quite aligned. We had the same culture, and once we started discussing with Brentford, we really saw this really ambitious team, this team that they had made the playoffs in the previous season. They fell at the final hurdle, but they were going to make it. This is what they wanted to do. They had this incredible tenacity, and also just the way Brentford approached football. The way they decided to buy their players using the Moneyball approach, which for us as a company that's obsessed with statistics, data, numbers, everything, it was just something that we wanted to get closer to, we wanted to see it in action, and we wanted to be a part of their journey. So, by November 2020, we were on the back of the Bees jersey and on the back of the shorts, and now look where we are today. So, safe to say it was a fantastic gamble.
Right there in the front, right in the spotlight. It's fantastic to just hear about the synergies and also the vision that both Hollywoodbets and Brentford Football Club really had. Let's hear now from Brentford Football Club, and of course, as I said, the CEO joining us from West London, John Varney. John, this is a huge announcement. First of all, congratulations, absolutely groundbreaking. Now, what we really love as football fans is just the journey and the story of Brentford Football Club to finally find itself right there at the top now of football in the Premier League. Tell us about this journey.
Well, it's been a long time coming. It's taken us 74 years to get back into the top flight of English football, and wow, we're looking forward to it. We were relegated back in May 1947, and ironically, we were relegated a 1-0 defeat against Arsenal Football Club, who poetic justice that we're playing in the opening game of the Premier League season. So just to put that into context and how much water's flown under the bridge since we were relegated from the top flight of English football, We've had over 3,375 league games, and 782 players have made their debuts for Brentford Football Club since we were last in the top flight. And I genuinely believe we've timed our run magnificently well. Clearly, there was immense disappointment last season when we fell at the final hurdle and couldn't get over the line against Fulham. But we went back to Wembley this year, and Ivan and the team put in a magnificent performance, and we overturned Swansea to get promoted to the top flight of English football. And the other reason I say we've timed our run so well is how desperately sad would it have been after 74 years of exile, not having our fans back in the stadium when we're starting in the Premier League. So, as I said, we timed our run brilliantly, and we couldn't be more delighted for not just the football club and our commercial partners, but most importantly, our fans, who have been incredibly loyal for many, many, many years. They've seen some relatively deep lows over those 74 years, but since Matthew Benham's taken charge of the football club 12 years ago, we've really gone from strength to strength. It's a great vision from an owner who created a clear plan of where he wanted to get to. He surrounded himself with both great people from a playing side, coaching perspective, and what a fabulous staff I have here off the field. And we've executed that plan and back into the Premier League.
Unbelievable journey and a really wonderful story. And when you talk about just how long it took for Brentford Football Club, Devon, I want to speak to you about that. It sounds like the timing as well of your partnership and your relationship. It was a really exciting gamble, but also one that some people might say a lucky one.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. I mean, just touching on what John said there. I mean, when we joined, Brentford all of a sudden, started this incredible run. I mean, from November 2020, they went on an 18-game unbeaten streak, and it was just amazing to see guys like Ivan Toney really hit their straps. I mean, to go and end the season with 31 goals just in the league, and then another 2 in the playoffs, and then just to see how Thomas Frank and his men just lifted everything. All of a sudden, we had people around the world noticing Brentford, and even here in South Africa, all of a sudden championship games were getting shown live more often, and a lot of them showing Brentford. And that's what people want to see. They want to see exciting football. They want to see teams who are putting themselves on the map. And yeah, I mean, we're just lucky enough to be on the ride, and yeah, we're looking forward to it for the next 2 seasons.
Oh man, sounds really, really exciting. John, I want to speak to you about why a South African company, because you know what, believe it or not, you've got a legion of fans here in South Africa. I was at Griffin Park not so long ago, I think during 2019, because I was supporting our South African boy, Kamoelo Mukojo. And now you're going to have even more because of this particular partnership. But why a South African-based company? What is it that really drew you to Hollywoodbets?
I think first and foremost, it's about a partnership, isn't it? And we were talking earlier about, Hollywoodbets have been on a journey with us. They came and started the relationship when we were in the Championship. So we're just absolutely delighted that they've stuck with us on that journey, and are going to reap the rewards of us being in the Premier League. But, we are now part of the biggest sports show on the planet. The Premier League is broadcast in multiple territories across the globe, and really we provide a fantastic footprint for us to grow our football club, but also for Hollywoodbets to grow their organisation.
How does this partnership with Hollywoodbets actually help you to continue to grow as a company, as a team?
All of our commercial partnerships, all of the revenue that we generate are ploughed straight back into that football team. We know we're in the most competitive league in the world now, and we know that we're up against some pretty big guns in that Premier League that have great financial power behind them. So we have to keep growing our organisation. We don't have the biggest stadium in the world, so our match day revenues are small in comparison with some of our competitors in the Premier League. But genuinely, we believe that by growing our commercial partnerships, we can increase our revenue streams and invest that money back into the playing squad to increase our performance levels in the Premier League.
Oh, and there's some great benefits as well for both partners. Devon, I'm going to talk to you about what this actually means for Hollywoodbets. How is it that you're going to be creating opportunities now for the brand?
Yes, Carol. I mean, as John said, this is the biggest stage in the world. You know, not just the biggest football stage, but probably the biggest sports stage in the world. I mean, the Premier League is absolutely renowned. So for us as a brand, it's going to create immense international opportunities, especially for us now. We've ventured into the UK and Ireland, so it's going to really help us establish our footprint there. But more importantly, here in South Africa, with our local market, I mean, it's getting extremely competitive here. There's a lot of international competitors that are entering here in South Africa. So to have this opportunity now to be on the biggest stage, to be on the front of an elite Premier League team's jersey is just something so special. And not only that, I think it's going to dive in deeper. I mean, the opportunities not only for growing our brand, but growing football, especially in South Africa at grassroots level. I mean, we've been extremely committed to grassroots development, sports development. You know, from the sponsorship of football teams, we sponsor 141 football teams from impoverished areas and rural tournaments. And, you know, to see how we've built up over the system. I mean, you know, we've gone to CASAFA Cup. We got involved now with the Hollywoodbets Super League, investing back into women's football. And now to be on the grandest stage of them all is just something so significant for Hollywoodbets. And the opportunities it's going to create for us, for our team members, for our partners is just going to be massive.
Man, really, really goosebump stuff here. So exciting. Now, we've heard the big news. And if you're looking carefully in John's office as well, you may have gotten a bit of a snippet in terms of the new kit. But let's officially now reveal the kit for the 2021-2022 Premier League season. Here is what Brentford FC is going to be looking like. John, it is looking fantastic. An incredible kit to really make your debut with. Tell us a little bit more about the club colors and the decisions behind this kit, and has it been well received?
Yeah, we've been wearing that famous red and white stripe since 1925. And actually, our yellow shirt for the away shirt was a real fan's favourite over the years, and we've had some good success with that yellow shirt. The shirts, both the yellow and the red and white stripe, have flown off the shelves. We launched it at the club shop last weekend, and there were the queues around the blocks. Our old stadium was renowned for having a pub on every single corner, and that's where our club shop is. And the queues were going around those pubs. So, yeah, been incredibly well received. And we're also opening a new shop at our new stadium, which will be online ready for the 25th of September when we play Liverpool in the Premier League.
Fantastic. All right, the logo really looks great on the kit, the Hollywoodbets. But it's looking a little bit different, Devon, to the Hollywoodbets logo that we know here in South Africa.
Yes, Carol, I think when you get an opportunity to be on the world stage, you've got to go big, you've got to be bold. And that's what we did with the logo. We learnt a lot last season when we sponsored Brentford and when we were on the back of the shirts. And we've gone with a bigger font type. We've gone something that's a little bit more stronger. We still have our signature Hollywoodbets star there to show it is the same brand, but we've learned we want something that's going to contrast really well with the red and white stripes, and that's going to stand out. So it's something that, I mean, just looking at that video now, the kit looks absolutely phenomenal. I've seen it in my hands, and I can't wait to get my own.
It's a Premier League winning kit, as it were. Oh, yeah. John, I'm curious, though. Let's talk about the nickname, the Bees.
Yeah, it's a strange one, that. Look, the club was formed back in 1889, and we really didn't become the Bees until the 1890s, and it was just by chance, really. I think the boys on the pitch weren't playing too well one afternoon, and one fan shouted out, "Buck up, Bees!" And the media and journalists around the stadium thought that they were referring to the buzzing bees. So the nickname stuck, and we've been the Bees ever since.
Unbelievable. Now, when you talk about the Bees, let's now bring to the fore the man who carries the sting for Brentford Football Club and their attack. A record holder, the most goals scored, 31 goals, and you remember that in the Sky Bet Championship season. Let's welcome now to this launch, also, of course, joining us via video from the UK, Ivan Toney. Hi, Ivan. Welcome, being part of this wonderful, wonderful announcement. So good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, really excited about the forthcoming season. First of all, congratulations. I mean, we spoke about your record run. You're a record holder. How is it? Tell us about the feeling, to be on the biggest stage in football ahead of this new campaign.
It's a great feeling. I feel like it's like so surreal. It doesn't seem real just yet. I feel like as soon as we step out on the pitch against Arsenal, it will kick in then.
Talking about that big opening encounter as well, what's the preparations been like pre-season in the Brentford camp?
It's been good. It's been very tough. I feel like it's been lifted, obviously, due to the standard and the quality in the Premier League. And we all need to know what's coming in the Premier League. And everyone's ready for it. Everyone's excited. And everyone just can't wait to get started. I feel like pre-season's dragged on a bit because of the excitement all the boys have got going into the Premier League. But everyone's fit and ready, and we've got a good, strong squad, and everyone's fighting for their place. And we just can't wait to get started.
Yeah, you're looking forward to having a whole legion of South African supporters behind the team, behind players like yourself. And for the new supporters, the new recruits, can you tell them a little bit about what to expect when watching the Bees in action?
Well, I hope to expect loads of goals from not just from myself, from all the other players as well. But we play an exciting style of football. Obviously, it's possession based. We're all comfortable on the ball. We want to dictate the game, and we want to control it. But I feel like we take some risks from playing out the back. But that's our style of football, and I don't think we'll change that.
Fantastic.
And we press high. We want to get the ball back, so it's exciting style of football. So hopefully it works out in the Premier League.
Oh, man, we're wishing you the very, very best of luck. And boy, oh, boy, we can't wait to see you out there on the pitches and continuing to do what you do so well, scoring those goals. All the best, Ivan.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Now, he's joining us on his off day, as it were, but he could not miss out on this very big announcement. Devon, you know how passionate South African fans are when it comes to the beautiful game. What can they look forward to with this very exciting partnership?
Yeah, Carol, I think they've got a lot to look forward to. I mean, we know how passionate you working for SuperSport. You see it all the time with South African football fans. They're absolutely obsessed with the Premier League. And our job as Hollywoodbets as sponsors is to bring them even closer. And I think that sponsorship with Brentford is going to be doing that. We want to create...
Cheers, Ivan. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Ivan. Yeah, but it's bringing them closer to the action. It's about them being able to, see a brand that they can recognize, and I think us as South Africans, we kind of have that kind of feeling. We like supporting each other, we like giving each other boosts. So we're hoping we can make Brentford the first team of choice, if not the second team of choice behind the Man Uniteds and Liverpools and Arsenals and all that. But we're going to be having a lot of fun, a lot of events, activations, engagements with the fans, and hopefully grow the Brentford footprint here in South Africa. But not only that, I think one thing to bring up is that Brentford and Hollywoodbets share a very big thing about doing stuff for the community. Community is really something we're passionate about. You know, we give back to all those that we operate in with our branches across South Africa. And Brentford themselves, you know, they've got the Brentford Community Trust. We partnered with them last season with our Golden Goal campaign, and we had a lot of fun with that. And we want to extend that to South Africa and almost create football structures here that are going to benefit South African footballers, you know, whether it's training clinics, coaching seminars, exhibition matches, you know, not only just the Brentford men, but Brentford women as well. We want to join that with our Hollywoodbets Super League sponsorship and just take it to the next level. So I think from not only South African football fans, but also those that are playing football, there's going to be a lot of opportunities that are going to come through the sponsorship.
Oh, exciting stuff. Really, really exciting. John, I'm sure you can't wait for the season to get underway and also welcoming back the football fans into the stadiums. Now, you're going to be hosting Arsenal in the opening match of the season. Just how excited are you about that?
We couldn't be more excited. It's incredible. I think I've said many times before, I think our journey into the new stadium has been a really, really challenging one. I don't think there's a football club on the planet that has had to say goodbye to a stadium that it was in since 1904 without any fans due to COVID. And then we have to open a new stadium without any fans. And, you know, I know all of our supporters are chomping at the bit to get into that new home of theirs. And I'd just like to say a big thank you to Hollywoodbets that ran a promotion with the first 1,000 shirts that were purchased in our club shop, that there was a free Premier League sleeve patch on the arm. So a big thank you there, and Hollywoodbets adding value to our fans from day one.
Unbelievable. Oh, man, we are so excited for that opening encounter. John, Devon, we've got members of the media, of course, that are watching and are joining us for this very exciting announcement and this official launch. South African media all across the globe. We're going to give you an opportunity as well to just send us some questions, any questions that you might have after this particular announcement. We have a question that's just come in. This one from OJ Communications, and it's Olivia Jones asking, what knock-on effect will this have for the sport of football in South Africa? You touched on it a little bit. I don't know if, Devon, you want to take that question?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's, as I mentioned before, it's going to have a massive knock-on effect. But I think it's about bridging gaps. It's about bridging those international gaps that, you know, us in South African football, we want to see more of our players playing in the biggest leagues around the world. We want to uplift the strength of our international team, Bafana. And hopefully, with our sponsorship and partnership with Brentford, we're going to be able to send male and female players across to the UK, get them to experience what it's like to be in a Premier League stadium, what it's like to play at that kind of level, and at the same time, bring Brentford here to South Africa. I think that's something, I mean, COVID has denied us. I know, I mean, it's been amazing getting to know everyone online, but we want to, you want to have that touch and feel and that passion that, you can really share. So I think it's going to have a great knock-on effect, and I think football's only going to go from strength to strength because of it.
Oh, sounds really exciting. From Gallo, Myron Nika posing this question for you, Devon, saying, Hollywoodbets has always been very focused on community projects and engagements, and will this continue with Brentford? Again, just to reiterate that.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I think, through our My Community program and with our partnership with the Brentford Community Trust, it's going to be massive. I mean, already last year, we had 141 different sports teams soccer teams that we sponsored. That's not even touching on the other sports that we're involved in, such as cricket, rugby, and horse racing. But it's through our My Community programs that we want to be able to take it to the next level. We have incredible soccer brand ambassadors here in the likes of Jerry Scorsana and Brian Beloy. And we want to use them and the partnership with Brentford to really, pick up the image of the game. And we're in a country that is so diverse, and has so many levels, and there's so many impoverished areas that need the support. They don't necessarily have the kit or equipment to thrive. So if we can make a change, and even if it's one footballer that gets that opportunity to shine, we want to make sure it happens.
Oh, John, you know, the more we hear about Hollywoodbets, about Brentford Football Club and this particular partnership, it starts to make more and more sense, especially to, you know, the South African audience.
You know, as Devin said, why not? Let's get a pre-season tour down to South Africa. You know, community is very much at the heart of everything that we do. You know, our Community Sports Trust back here in West London have won Community Sports Trust of the Year awards on 4 occasions. They do an amazing amount of work in the local community, and we want to extend those outreach programs, and why not take some of them into South Africa?
Fantastic. John, we've got a question here for you from Matthew Zimbete from the Daily Sun newspaper asking, is there any chance that the Bees will consider scouting talent from South Africa with the hopes of signing them?
Yeah, we look across the globe. You know, we look at the football market as one, not territory by territory. I think, you know, much has been spoken about the way that we identify talent. We bring talent into the football club, try and develop them. It's very much part of our business model that, you know, we've become a far more sustainable football club financially through our player trading activities. So if there's great talent in South Africa, it's the job of our scouts to identify them. And of course, if we've got closer links with your homeland, that's going to make life easier for us.
Oh, sounds good to us. I'm excited about that. Devin, yeah?
No, definitely.
All right. Khomotso Mukwena from the Sunday World has a question for us here saying, can we expect opportunities for South Africans? I think that's one thing that we've discussed already. Maybe Brentford FC coming over for off-season preparations, friendly matches, or even exchange programs of some sort. I don't know if you want to add to that as well?
Yeah, I think it's going to be about using those different opportunities to kind of showcase the talent we do have. I know Matthew Benham, who's the owner of Brentford Football Club, has established an incredible system of finding players, as John was touching on. Yeah. And it's just one of those things that if the guys put up their hands here and showcase the talent, who might not necessarily be seen, you know, they might be someone who's playing even in the National First Division and not necessarily in the top teams in the PSL, might still have exactly that talent that they're looking for. So, yes, most definitely those opportunities are going to be there, and it's just now the time to showcase them.
All right. Got a question for you, John, from Sky Shabalala at East Coast Radio, saying, for the first season playing with the big boys, is it all about survival, or can we see the Bees going for it, like Leeds, for example, a top 10 finish?
Look, you know, we've come to the Premier League and we don't want to be tourists. You know, we absolutely want to thrive, not just survive. You know, that's absolutely key part of our mentality going into the Premier League. But we're also mindful that we're going into probably the toughest football league on the planet. So, you know, we have to be very mindful that we're playing quality opposition every week. You know, as Ivan said, the boys have been working incredibly hard in pre-season. I've been fortunate enough to see them against West Ham here at the Brentford Community Stadium last weekend. We had a great 2-2 draw with Manchester United last Wednesday up at Old Trafford. And we're home to Valencia from La Liga here on Saturday. So we know that the boys are going to be well prepared. We know the boys are up for it, as you just heard from Ivan. So, you know, we're going into it with great hope and great expectation, but we're also mindful that it's an incredibly competitive league.
Oh, we wish you the very, very best, John. Can't wait for it all to begin. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful announcement, for having Ivan as well joining us and telling us a little bit about the preparations ahead of the new campaign. And boy, oh boy, are we excited here in South Africa for this particular partnership. May it go from strength to strength. And
look, from our side, we're desperately sad that we can't be with you today. Especially on the eve of the Lions Tour final. So we would have liked to have been over there and then gone off to see that game. But look, we send all of our best wishes to all of our friends in South Africa. We're we're really excited about your support this season, and we will do our very, very best for you all.
Fantastic. Go Bees. Oh, Devon, big thanks as well for being a part of it and for delivering the exciting news.
No, thank you, Carol. And yeah, no, it's really exciting time for us as Hollywood Bets, for South African football fans. And yeah, I don't think Friday the 13th of August could come any sooner. So yeah, we look forward to watching the Bees take on Arsenal at Brentford Community Stadium. And yeah, we're calling on all South Africans to get behind the Bees and let's shout them home.
Oh, let's shout them home. They're going to be looking absolutely fantastic. If you missed it earlier on, of course, the kit reveal for the 2021-22 season was showcased in this particular launch. All of you have been talking about it. Very, very excited. Thank you so much for being a part of this live announcement, for all of your questions. And we're really excited about this partnership and looking forward to you, of course, supporting the Bees as well. So one last time, let's take a look at what the boys are going to be looking like when they get onto that pitch against Arsenal. Think we can get up, yeah?
Yeah.